A car horn blares behind you. Your body jerks. Your shoulders lift. Your eyes squeeze shut. Your hands come up before you even understand what happened. You didn't decide to flinch. You didn't have time to. By the time your brain finishes the sentence, that was a car horn. Your body has already moved. So who made that decision? Because it wasn't you. Not the conscious, thinking, deciding version of you anyway. This happens dozens of times a day. A shadow moves in your peripheral vision. A door slams somewhere in the house. Someone taps your shoulder from behind. Every time your body reacts before your mind catches up. You flinch first. You understand second. That gap between the two, that sliver of time where your body already knows and your brain hasn't been told yet, is one of the strangest and oldest features of being human. Scientists have a name for it. They call it the low road. And to understand why it exists, you have to go back to a place long before language, long before cities, long before anything resembling the world you live in now. Picture a savanna, tall grass, a rustle. You are standing there, unarmed, unprotected, and something moves in the brush 8 feet away. You do not have time to think. You do not have time to reason it out, to weigh probabilities, to ask yourself calmly what kind of animal might be hiding in the grass. If you wait for your thinking brain to catch up, you are already dead. Evolution solved this problem millions of years ago, and it solved it by building a shortcut. Neuroscientist Joseph LeDoux spent decades mapping exactly what that shortcut looks like inside your skull. He found that sensory information entering your brain doesn't take one path. It takes 2. There's a slow path, the one you're aware of, that runs through your cortex, the part of your brain responsible for conscious thought, for recognizing what you're actually looking at. And then there's a fast path, a shortcut. Information from your eyes and ears gets routed almost instantly to a small almond-shaped structure deep in your brain called the amygdala, bypassing the thinking parts entirely. The amygdala doesn't know what a car horn is. It doesn't know what a shadow is. It doesn't care. All it's built to do is answer one question as fast as physically possible. Is this dangerous? And when the answer might be yes, it doesn't wait for permission. It fires a response straight down into your body. Your muscles tense. Your heart rate spikes. Your hands move to protect your head before your cortex has even finished processing the shape in front of you. This is why you can flinch at a coiled garden hose before you consciously register that it isn't a snake. Your amygdala saw a curved shape and made a decision in a fraction of a second, long before the slower, smarter part of your brain got a chance to say, "Wait, that's just a hose." Psychologist Arne Öhman built an entire career studying this exact phenomenon. In a series of experiments, he showed people images of snakes, and spiders flashed so briefly they couldn't consciously perceive what they'd seen. And yet their bodies still reacted. Skin conductance spiked. Stress hormones rose. Their nervous system responded to a threat their conscious mind never even registered. Why would your body react to something you didn't even see? Because seeing, in the way you think of it, the deliberate, conscious kind of seeing, is slow. Too slow for a predator's ambush. Too slow for a falling branch. Too slow for a car swerving into your lane. So your brain built a second system that skips the slow part entirely. It trades accuracy for speed. It would rather you flinch at 100 harmless hoses than fail to flinch once at an actual snake. This trade-off explains something else too. Why some fears feel completely irrational and yet impossible to talk yourself out of. You can know, intellectually, that the spider in the corner of your bathroom is smaller than your thumb and poses no threat to you whatsoever. And still your heart pounds. Still your skin crawls. That's because the fear isn't coming from the part of you that knows things. It's coming from the part of you that reacts first and explains itself later. Öhman and his colleague Susan Minica called this prepared learning. The idea is that certain fears aren't learned the way you learn multiplication tables or a new language. They're preloaded. Your brain arrives already primed to fear snakes, spiders, heights, sudden loud noises, because those were the threats that mattered for millions of years of human survival. You don't need to be taught to flinch at a snake shape. Your ancestors who flinched survived long enough to have children. The ones who paused to think it over often didn't. Neuroscientist Michael Davis spent years studying this reflex at its most basic level. The startle response, the full-body jolt triggered by a sudden loud sound. He found that this reflex is almost embarrassingly simple, yet
वीडियोस बनाने हैं, फिल्मोरा है ना।